Elbrus computer. The Elbrus Russian Elbrus is a line of Soviet and Russian computer systems developed by Lebedev Institute of Precision Mechanics and Computer Engineering. These computers are used in the space program, nuclear weapons research, and defense systems, as well as for theoretical and researching purposes, such as an experimental Refal and CLU translators. History. Historically, computers under the Elbrus brand comprised several different instruction set architectures. The first of them was the line of the large fourth-generation computers, developed by Vsevolod Burtsev. These were heavily influenced by the Burov's large systems and similarly to them implemented tag-based architecture and a variant of Algol 68 as system programming language. That Burtsev retired, and new Lebedev's chief developer, Boris Babayan, introduced the completely new system architecture. Differing completely from the architecture of both Elbrus I and Elbrus II, it employed a VLU approach. In 1992, a spin-off company, Moscow Center of Spark Technologies (MCST), was created and continued development, using the Elbrus moniker as a brand for all computer systems developed by the company. In the late 1990s, a series of Spark-based CPU were developed at MCST as a way to raise the fund for the in-house IP development and to fill the niche of domestically developed CPU for the backdoor-wary military. Models. Elbrus I 1973 was the first in the line. A side development was an update of the 1965 BISM 6 as Elbrus I K2. Elbrus II 1977 was a 10-processor computer, considered the first Soviet supercomputer, with superscalar RISC processors. Re-implementation of the Elbrus I architecture with faster ECL chips. Elbrus III 1986 was a 16-processor computer developed by the Babayan's team, and one of the first VLU computers in the world. Elbrus 2000-2001 was a microprocessor development of the Elbrus III architecture, also known as Elbrus S. Elbrus III Mon 2005 is a two-processor computer based on Elbrus 2000 microprocessor working at 300 MHz. Elbrus MV3 SON/C 2009 is a CC NUMA 4 processor computer based on Elbrus S microprocessor working at 500 MHz. Elbrus II-S Plus 2011 working at 500 MHz with capacity to calculate 16 G flops. Elbrus II SM 2014 working at 300 MHz with capacity to calculate 6 G flops. Elbrus IV-S 2014 working at 800 MHz with capacity to calculate 50 G flops. Elbrus I-S Plus 2016 SoC with GPU working at 601,000 MHz with capacity to calculate 24 G flops. Elbrus VIII-S 2014-2015 working at 1300 MHz with capacity to calculate 250 G flops. Elbrus VIII-S V 2018 working at 1500 MHz with capacity to calculate 576 G flops. Elbrus XVI-S 2019 working at 2000 MHz with capacity to calculate 5 T flops. Spark. Elbrus 9-Micro 1998-2010 is a computer line based on Spark instruction set architecture ISA microprocessors and CST RIT, RON 150 R500 R500S and MCST4 are working at 80, 150, 500 and 1000 MHz. The Elbrus 90 is used to control the S-400 missile system.